the review of a foul that Draymond got fouled, and then how far can they look back, and how do they explain all thing to explain his ejection?
Said that he got a technical for elbowing Mitchell a couple plays before, maybe. So I had never heard of this rule, but apparently you can retroactively call a technical on someone from 2 plays before upon review.
Your opinion of that rule?
I had no idea. So there's lots of plays I'd like to go back to from 3 years ago, and that was bizarre.
Steve, what do you think is going on with the offense at home? It feels like shots aren't really falling. Is it that simple?
Well, it's not exactly a big sample size. This was our third home game, I think. It felt sluggish tonight. Sometimes you come back from these trips or being away for a while, and there's a little sluggishness. This team puts a lot of pressure on us, with at the point of attack with Garland and Mitchell, the penetration, and then the Mobley and Allen with their shot blocking. It's been a tough matchup. Both times we've played them, they've really taken it to us and dominated the game. So we'll bounce back. We know we have to be better. We've got to sharpen up our offense in particular, but felt like we reverted to our fouling ways. I think they shot 43 free throws. We've been a little bit better early on, but this looked like last year, just fouling way too often, and it's hard to get into an offensive rhythm when the other team's shooting free throws every time.
Steve, 20 turnovers for 32 points. Just what did you see kind of causing all this?
I thought it was their defense more than carelessness. I thought their defense was really good. They were number 1 in the league last year for a reason. They put on a lot of pressure. They have shot blocking at the rim. I thought Cleveland played great.
What was the emphasis to start that third quarter? There was a push by you guys, even after Draymond gets ejected. It keeps going. What were you? Was it motion? Was it more movement on offense? What were you?
It was more emotion. It was more force. We came out. That's the first time, literally all season, that first unit has looked right, and it's just because of the energy that they all brought. Sometimes you forget how hard it is to win a game in the NBA. It really is hard because everybody's got a lot of talent, and they just outplayed us in the first half. They were more physical. They were quicker to the ball. So our guys responded to that, and that's what led to that great third quarter. We got our energy right, our spirit right, and that was great to see. But it has to happen from the beginning.
And open the fourth quarter, they hit the first 2 threes there. Are you just going to play zone, with that second unit most of the time, or was that an error to let Wade get those two open corner threes?
One was against the zone, one was against man, and when the ball gets middle, it's tough because the defense has to rotate, and so the ball getting to the middle on the second one was the issue. The first one, we had played some zone in the first half. It was effective, and we're not going to get a stop every time, but they handled it well and got Wade that open look. That was a big shot.
Steve, was there an intent to get Andrew going early? I think he scored or assisted on your first 10 points, 12 of your first 15 points. He either scored or assisted.
No.
Any intention, or just what did you see from him early on?
Yeah, I wasn't drawing up plays for him. It's not about that. It's just about his energy, his aggressiveness, and as I said, he's been better the last couple of games, and he's getting there. Wiggs is going to be fine, but it's just been a slow start. Thank you.
Against a bigger team like that, what can you take away before facing a team like the Timberwolves?
They're a little bit different than the Timberwolves, I would say, but just being able to. I think we did a good job on the glass. I think we went to the offensive boards well. We rebounded well. We just turned the ball over a little bit too much. I think kind of got indecisive on some plays, and credit to their defense. they put us in some tough positions, and so we know when we get in the paint, we got to make better decisions playing against the bigs of the Timberwolves.
Kerr mentioned that third quarter maybe was the best the first units played together. Had you guys we all know the stats, it hadn't been real great, and we know how really good it was last season. You guys have been talking about, or is in your minds that it hadn't been real good for the first unit, and what went right in that third quarter?
No, we haven't talked about it much as a group, but Steve mentioned the last few days about just picking up our defensive intensity, and everything else will come. I think that's what we did in the third quarter. That's why we were successful. We pushed the ball, we played faster, and we played much better on the defensive side. And then when that happens, we're pretty tough to stop in transition. So I think we got to continue to get better on the defensive side to start games, and I think the rest will follow.
Did you follow what went on with that review of Draymond getting fouled, and they go back and they see him in a technical foul and get him ejected?
I didn't know that was what happened. I know that was actually possible. I know you can get teched up from a previous play, but I guess I don't know the rules that good. I guess.
I don't think anybody knew that rule.
Right.
Hey, Kevon, kind of follow up on Tim's question. When Draymond got ejected, he went over to you and talked to you before he left the court. What did he mention to you, or just kind of like he was so hyped up?
Draymond was just hyped. He told us to keep going, keep playing with that intensity. He knows when if he gets thrown out the game that we're going to respond, and he just wanted us to keep that same energy and keep playing hard and don't let up just because he's going. And we tried to do that. I think we finished the quarter off well, but I think we just ran out of gas a little bit.
Hey, Klay, what did you think was happening offensively there, particularly in some of the rough stretches? Was it ball movement? What was some of the issues?
Could be ball movement. Individually, I didn't play very well at all, especially in that first half, so I take a lot of onus for a terrible offense early because I didn't turn the ball over, missing shots, just not my type of game. But luckily, we have a quick turnaround and we can right the ship tomorrow.
On the inverse, Steve said that in that third quarter, it was the best that he felt the starting five you guys have looked together. What felt right about what you guys had going in the third?
I think our energy was really good. I think we play with a great sense of urgency, and even when shots aren't falling, we play that hard and play defensively as hard as we can. Usually, it tends to go our way.
What did you think about the whole review of a foul, go back in time and go see, and then Draymond gets ejected for the whole thing?
It was an unfortunate situation because we know how much Draymond means to our team. I mean, he's the heart and soul, so without him it's tough, but I don't have much to say about that. It's just part of the game, really.
Klay, Steve Kerr noted that sometimes coming off of a road trip like the way that you guys do, sometimes there's a lag or something like that. Did you feel anything? I know you guys had 2 nights off, but do you feel like just being away for so long contributed to you guys maybe coming out a little low energy earlier in the game?
It's probably a small part of it, but at the end of the day, we still have a job to do. We didn't do it very well tonight, and like I said before, I'll be much better tomorrow, playing with more energy. And individually, maybe my worst performance of this young season so far, so I'm eager to have a nice bounce-back game tomorrow.
Well, how do you think about the first unit? We know what the numbers were so good last season for you, that starting 5. We know the numbers have not been great this season. What's happening there, Klay? And has there been any thought, talk, conversation about what's going on?
Not that much. I mean, still a small sample size relatively, considering only 10 games played, but like you said, last year was such a great rating defensively and offensively for that first unit. So although we've gotten off to a sluggish start, we still believe we can get back to that high level of play on both ends, and I know we will. I really do. Nice. Good day.